Hello YouTube and welcome to episode 5 of How I Tank. Now we have a very special 1000th subscriber double feature for this episode, so to start us off we have Griff and the T32 on Swamp.
Mm-hmm. The first time featuring my gameplay, so I'll need to remember what I was thinking. Um, Perhaps it'll be obvious, we'll see. So anyway, I started off going north. There was no real reason for my choice except for the fact that the rest of the team was going south. So,
I was
um,
going south. I don't believe in going north.
there we go. Smig was going south, but I decided that it was important to cover for his failures. And I think this was actually my first time playing on this map, so what I did here was kind of stupid. I knew where I wanted to go because T32 has great frontal turret armor, so making finding good hold down spots makes sense. But my route getting there left me exposed, so I did actually end up taking a shot across the middle here. You know, had I done this again, I would have taken a smarter route. I also made a point of breaking all the fences.
You know, fences are
Right,
cause of
so there,
fascism.
I did take one shot, but fortunately it hit my side turret armor, which is also quite good.
Did you bounce a
But
JT or?
yeah, I think I bounced the JT. So anyway, I got into my position here where I'm taking advantage of the hill and the terrain to, shield the hull of the tank, which leaves just the turret exposed.
Oh, poor IS, T30 left nothing
Yeah.
left of it.
So right now I'm just kind of shooting whatever I have access to, I guess you could say. My priority ends up being the T30 because fuck those things, you know.
Why he hasn't shot you yet is beyond me.
Yeah, I got lucky. Um, I
Was he
guess 'cause he
shooting
didn't.
HE?
No, he didn't hit me.
Oh,
But just the same, he's my priority. I want to get the big gun off the field. Um,
and that T54 is just getting in the way.
yeah, he's getting in the way. He blows up. Thank you, GW Panther. And I got lucky there. I blew up the Type 59. So now I realize that my hold down spot's not going to work anymore, and I got to move. So let's see. I think I can get one shot off on this 54. Do nothing. Get upset, and then I make a break towards him.
If you look in the center of the map, there's a little orange dot coming to the rescue. We'll see him
Yeah,
in just a second.
yeah. That's is that you or is that comrade?
That's me.
Okay. So anyway, I take cover on this building here, which I do because I only want to have to fight one of these tanks at a time, and the T-54 is on the other side of the building. He gets blown up, which is nice, and I reverse facehug this T-54. And what facehugging is just getting your turret in the way of the tank's gun. It works with really American tanks, especially the T-32, because this actually has fantastic turret armor on basically all sides. So
There's
if you
me
could,
saving the day.
yeah, with his enormous bump of the IS
I showed him who's boss.
for great justice. But yeah, all I do now is take up the T-29. So just going a little more in depth about hull down and face hugging. That's one of my favorite tactics for the T-32. You know, if you get to any kind of position where you force your opponent to hit you in the turret, you're basically invulnerable. I think he just fired HE at me right there, but T-32 hull armor is actually also pretty decent, so you can expect to bounce off that occasionally.
That still cracks me up when that T29 calls BS on two tanks bringing him down.
Oh yeah, well, we're hackers.
Well, yeah.
And remember this, if anyone ever kills you, it's because they were hacking. Or using gold rounds. So here, I think it's pretty self-explanatory. I'm trying to use cover effectively. I want to get rid of the C-29, but Smig's already on that. Panther's not too much of a threat. He's not even looking at me here, so...
His gun can do a decent dent in you if he actually focused on you. That long
Yeah.
88.
But I think he's
It's quite
shooting.
good.
I don't know what he's shooting,
He
but...
was shooting at me.
So I start moving. I see that Panthers retreated, and I want to try and get a better angle on everything that's over on that side of the map. I'm also impatient. I don't like sitting around, so... Here we go. I'm moving. Panther gets relit, but I can't... I don't know what I'm trying to do here. I wouldn't worry about that too much, though.
Showing the cliff who's boss.
Yes. Mounting the cliff. Anyway, there was only one arty piece on this map, so I decided that my chances on going out in the open like I am now were pretty decent, because I was guessing he was focusing on the tanks south, which pose more of a threat to him currently. I actually get lucky here, and I light him up while he's moving, so I get to take him out, or, well, almost take him out.
Scare him away.
Yeah, there we go. IS finishes him off. So, Artie's not a problem anymore, so I can go hold down behind this rock here, which is nice, because the tanks down there are Jagdtiger and IS-4, which are both pretty fearsome. One of them actually bounced off the side of my turret there.
T32 turret is just mean.
Yeah, it's mean from basically every side.
When fighting a T32, unless it has 1400 health and you know that, don't shoot the turret.
Yeah. So, what I'm doing here is a little fruitless. IS-4s are very hard for the T32 to penetrate, so I decided to go for this Panther II instead. Which is pretty wise, because it's really one of the few things that's stopping that flank from, well, moving at this point. I wouldn't say stopping, I'd say sort of delaying. But anyway, that Panther is dead, and the replay is kind of winding down now. What's left here is for me to take some shots at this IS-4.
We're about to see me get completely obliterated.
Oh, do you? I don't remember
yeah.
this.
I think I just had to go, yep.
Wait
for it. Balls to the wall.
And
there I'm going. Jagdtiger did not like that.
Jagdtiger's kind of depressed me because the only good part of their armor is the front of the superstructure. Otherwise, it's just a King Tiger.
If you don't know, the superstructure is the upper part of the hull.
Yeah. So he kind of derps around. I mean, this battle's obviously over, but I get a nice side shot on him here, finish him off, and that's game. This actually came close to being one of my highest XP games for the T32. It was like 2400 something. I can't divide 72.
Sniper Confederate skill.
Yeah. So that one went quite well. Yeah, three battle hero mega achievements for the win.
And on to the next gameplay. Alright, we went from Swamp to the nice canyon of El Haloof. This gameplay is more lulzy. I am top tier and I exploit the shit out of it.
Well, the tank is more lulzy as well, and the Ausf looks like a
duck.
Looks like a duck to me. On paper, I must say the tank looks terrible. But
on paper, it looks like the worst, probably tier 10. Not tier 10.
Tier 8.
Derp. Yeah. Tier 8 heavy. But it is particularly good in medium countering and flanking. And killing KB5s, as you'll see in a minute. No arty on this map, so these scouts are fruitless.
I love seeing no arty maps. Yeah, I don't know what these guys think they're doing, but they probably didn't realize, and then...
Well, somebody tries shooting me, but they don't have enough pen to get through my side.
Died for nothing.
That poor Wolverine trying to shoot me. And pro tip for those who don't know, when you get a module damage, like your track or anything, even if it just turns yellow, you can look at that text that pops up to figure out who shot you and what tank shot you. So you can get a general idea of what's going to be where.
Yeah, that can definitely be helpful.
So there's comrades zipping around.
We've got some pretty pathetic tanks to fight against here.
Yeah, like I said, this is a more lulzy match.
A derpy Sherman.
A Derpman.
He's going for it, though. I almost feel bad for tier 5 players in tier 8 matches. There are quite a few tier 5 players this match. One thing I will say, though, as evidenced by my T32 gameplay where I was tier 8 in a tier 10 fight, even if you are a lower tier, there are things you can do to still sway the battle. So, you know, I think sometimes I do this, but it's important not to. Don't think you're useless just because you're low or middle tier in a battle. You can still do quite a bit. You just need to play a little safer.
And if you stick with a higher tank, chances are they're going to shoot that tank if they know what they're doing.
No, that's... Come on now, people like stat padding.
Yeah. It's good in theory. So, KV5, Panzer III-4, and Stug, I only really need to worry about the KV5. And even that, just by taking the angle I have now, it won't be able to do anything to me.
I don't even think he can depress his gun far enough to hit you. Oh,
he can.
No, he can, but...
And I take advantage of R2-D2, the little machine gun turret on the KV5's front.
Yeah.
That makes it a bad tank.
That is the reason the KV5 sucks. You know, it has good front armor except for that astromech droid.
And this KV, like a boss,
he just goes for it.
he knows what's up.
Yeah. And for anybody interested in statistics, the that sort of gunner turret R2D2 thing on the KV5 has 120 millimeters of armor, so if your gun exceeds that, you're good to go.
So that Stug is using a derp gun and it actually manages to damage me with HE.
Yeah, he's in a whopping, what? I don't know how to do math. Like,
193 damage was the last shot. So that tiger over there is kind of threatening, but the Wolverine is kind of, well, Wolverine. Try to snipe this guy, but my shell disappears
yeah.
somewhere.
Well, it goes off to his left, it seems. Again, good use of cover, keeping yourself protected from the other two derpy tanks while you hit the Wolverine.
I wasn't even worried about them. I was just trying to get that
Oh, no.
36.
I wouldn't have been worried about them either, but
Give
it's
up
good
on
practice
him.
to keep.
Take out the lower health tank.
Yeah. So you can finish that guy at one shot, no doubt, so it makes sense to get him off the field. Poor Stug here thinks he can do something, but
And at this point, I'm just picking on the little kids. I'll admit it.
yeah, so this is what people do, so it's really quite terrible, but
My track just won't repair. Tracked for quite a long time.
this German repair crew's kind of slacking.
I believe I do have a 100% repair, if not pretty high. And I'm not wasting ammo on that.
Obviously, there was no need.
I think I rolled the lowest amount of damage
Yeah,
at
that is the
105.
lowest amount possible. 240 is the worst damage you can possibly score with that gun and the American 105. On the T32, that is. The Patton's 105 does more than that.
That was a good time for a scout. Don't exactly know what a scout would do at this point.
Especially because there's no artillery, but...
So, at this point there's a KT left and a Tiger. And my only real threat... Both the Tiger and the KT can pen me pretty well. That ARL 44 is upgraded, he can cause a problem with that 212 pen gun.
Which is absolutely absurd for tier 6.
So comrades there, like a boss, taking on a Tiger.
Don't think the Tiger stands a chance.
Tiger 2 comes over and, deciding he's the higher threat target, I ignore this Tiger for the King Tiger. It's a lot of Tiger. And he pays no attention to me. This Tiger's having no luck penning me, or I believe a KV next to me. Aim for the side of the KT turret because hoping to at least damage his ammo rack.
Yeah, well, KT turret side also pretty weak. It's not like the T32, so... Yeah, it's actually something I take advantage of fairly often. If you ever see a King Tiger or E75 or a 4502 Ausf, and they're turning their turret at some angle to you, and you can hit the side, you can go for that, because it's pretty weak compared to the front hull. Poor Tiger tries to be Rambo.
Caught on fire by the slugger. And that's my picking on the little kids game, where I got 6.1k times 3. So that's at least
2,000.
2,000. So even for a standard match, that is pretty high.
Yeah, that's quite good. 6 kills, top gun.
Sniper steel wall.
Another
26
3 medal
hits.
game. Of course, it was versus tier 5s, and mine was versus tier 10s, so...
Yours was the more impressive gameplay. You earned more, I'll admit that.
Judge how you will, subscribers.
But you got some tier 8 German and American gameplay. We don't believe in Russian tanks anymore, so you probably won't see too much of those. Yeah, I think this concludes episode 5 of How I Tank.
Yeah, sounds good. Be on the lookout for episode 6, which I believe will be the next user-submitted one, so go ahead and keep submitting those. I think we've gotten a good deal so far, and we've got plenty of work to do, but we're looking forward to it, so see you on Friday.